or, those are great. So you said something before, I think a couple of times, about up-leveling your media presence. Can you explain to me, how me or anyone would do that?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to. So one of the ways that you can begin really up-leveling your media presence is really by connecting more fully to your branding power, having a full connection to your branding power. So you discover how to make your brand more valuable in the media marketplace. And I always like to ask powerful questions. So one of those questions that you can ask yourself is, how can I do what I currently do with more excellence? Or another one could be, how can I make my brand and offerings more valuable to create an even bigger win-win for myself and for my audience? So that's a way to get started, by just asking that powerful question so that you can begin to know how you need to show up. Another thing is, you have to define how you want to show up in the media for your next phase, and really begin to get clear about the impact you desire to make, and also the income as well. And we're going to get into more of that. And there are so many great ways that you can begin to really start even repurposing your brand. I like to use the AT&T model, Rethink Possible. So you start rethinking possible about your brand to create infinite possibilities, to really showcase your presence, and also to up-level your efforts. Another recommendation I would suggest is to really start focusing on your unique factor, and then start to sort of maximize the distinction of your brand power. So I'm going to use this as an example. If you want to show up as a pioneer leader who's setting a new industry standard, which we all do, there are so many different experts in a variety of fields. People in our fields, the same niches, it's a variety of experts. But you have to convey to the marketplace what is going to set your brand apart from others, and why should people consider you? What are you adding value to them in your know, like, and trust factor in order for them to say, I want you to help me get to the next level? So this will help you in establishing a presence, and I say that it's powerful. It's powerful in a way because it demonstrates your brand mission, even through your copy, your social media, any of the mediums that you're using to really position yourself. And if I can, is it all right if I sort of share how I use my unique factor?
Sure, that'd be great.
Sort of separates me? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll use myself as an example. So I focus on my unique factor as being a cross-pollinator of my talents and expertise, in cross-industries or cross-niche entrepreneurship. And as you mentioned in the bio, some of my roles that I serve in as a multi-industry media personality, actually, and a cross-niche journalist. And one of the things that I powerfully show up in is that I provide over 100 journal-style trainers and mini books, and I also use those as marketing vehicles as entry with ease into other industries. And I also specialize in customizing cross-branding to entrepreneurs who really desire to repurpose their brand in order to serve in a variety of different venues. So the unique factor about that is that there's not a lot of experts, if any, really teaching that model. And even though there are some who teach the niche marketing, but it's really from, let's say, the perspective of showing you how to make profits in a hidden market, or promoting several affiliate products to make money in different industries that maybe you don't even have a passion about or even have no background in. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, because you certainly can discover a new passion for a market and learn about it and begin to add value to others to make a profit. But normally people who are very passionate about being entrepreneurs are going to be the tribe that's really interested in taking the limits off of their current business frameworks. the ones that I would serve would be ones who want to cross-pollinate their offerings so that they can serve and be more expansive with using what they already have. So they want a connection to whatever it is that they're sharing. So focusing on the unique factor of your branding will powerfully position you to show up really as a new era pioneer in the media, and you really want to exude that presence. Another recommendation for showing up powerfully in the media and really having a dynamic essence isn't really always about you having to be the self-promoter, so to speak. You can also start establishing a promotional ambassador review team, and this can consist of colleagues, your clients, even a group that you're a part of, or that individuals you start to enroll to showcase your brand and your offerings in the media. So this is not just about, let's say, writing testimonials or having YouTube videos, and those are great. Those are absolutely great to have. But what I'm going to recommend, and it could be a stretch, is elevating those tools and finding individuals who will do elevated reviews that can actually do brand, service, or product demonstrations. So can I sort of like role play or give an example of that?
Sure.
Okay. So let's say that you have a book and someone from your focus group or one of your colleagues, they're regular on YouTube. And so that day they feature a video where they're just having a normal day. And so, I woke up this morning and today I read in such and such book about X, Y, and Z. And on page 127, this is what she shared about. I'm inspired by this today. I love this book. The cover, the binding, all of that, is just perfect. I like the energy from this book. But the tip from this book really, really spoke to me, and this is what I'm going to start implementing in my day. So I wanted to share this with you all so that you can be empowered. Check out this book. You can get it on Amazon, and she points to the link. And so someone who's actually doing a demonstration for you. And this can work even with a teleclass, okay? So if you have a teleclass that you offer and it's one that you offer regularly, then you can have someone who's attended do a video of, I attended today the teleclass for the top 10 reasons why X, Y, and Z. And here's one of the takeaways. The biggest takeaways that I had was X, Y, and Z. And I just wanted to share that with you all so that you can be empowered. But also I'm going to encourage you to click the link below and sign up for this teleclass and make sure you share with me even the tip, what were your takeaways. I'm going to do a follow-up video on what I implemented, but I want to hear from you. So sign up for the teleclass facilitated by X, Y, and Z, and I'll check back in with you soon. So having people actually do live demonstrations of your product or your brand will really help to up-level your presence. Sorry for
awesome.
the information.
No, that was great. That was really great. Because when you first started talking about, your ambassadors and those people and them, doing product demonstrations, and thinking, okay, wait a minute, I don't have a product, so that's interesting. But then when you gave those examples, then I totally got it. And it actually reminded me of when I was involved in this weird speaker showcase thing. It wasn't weird, but anyway, I was like the moderator of this thing, the MC, and they had people who had attended go into a separate room and they videotaped them giving a testimonial for, whoever was one of the speakers that they really liked and what they learned from them. And that's what that reminded me of. It's that kind of, you have someone else, telling your story sort of, talking about why other people should want to, buy what it is you have to sell. It's really, those are great. Now, we have to stop for a sponsor break. So,
absolutely.
Here we go. Accelerate your business growth.